Welcome to the Culture Compute Podcast, Learning in the Digital Age. From the University of Massachusetts Amherst, I'm Sai Gattupalli, your host and a learning sciences researcher here at the College of Education. I hope you have all been well these past 2 weeks. I have been taking a short break from recording my podcast episodes as my mother is visiting from India. It has been wonderful having her here, especially as I prepare for my dissertation defense in December. Before we dive into today's topic, I have an exciting announcement to share. The National Student Data Corps (NSDC) organizational chapter at UMass Amherst is partnering with Herville to host the AI for Equality Datathon and workshops from October 8 to 27th. This event offers a fantastic opportunity for K-12 students from grade 10 or college students and even professionals to learn cutting-edge data science skills, with top performers earning cash prizes and get featured on this podcast. It is a great chance to boost your resume and get connected with the global scientific community in data science literacies. Now let's turn our attention to some fascinating research that is reshaping our understanding of digital learning environments. But before we dive into this specific study, I want to highlight that this is not a new area of interest for us here at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. In our Advanced Learning Technologies lab, we have been working with pedagogical agents, also known as learning companions, for many years. These digital tutors have been a key component in our mission to develop equitable learning technologies for kids and adults around the world. Our experiences with these agents have shown us firsthand the potential they have to transform education, but also the challenges in designing them effectively. That is why I am particularly excited about the study we are discussing today. It provides a comprehensive look at the current state of pedagogical agent design in K-12 learners, offering insights that could help us refine and improve our own work. This research comes from a recent paper published in the prestigious Journal of Computers and Education. The study, titled Pedagogical Agent Design for K-12 Education, a Systematic Review, by Zhang et al. This collaborative effort, to be published in the December 2024 edition, provides a comprehensive look at the current state of pedagogical agent design in K-12 domain. So let's dive into this research paper that's reshaping our understanding of digital pedagogical agents. Imagine walking into a classroom where every student has a personalized virtual tutor, an animated character on their screen that guides them through lessons, offers encouragement, and adapts to their individual learning style. This is not just science fiction, it is the world of pedagogical agents, and it's transforming education as we speak. But here is the burning question: how do we design these digital tutors to be more effective, especially for our diverse K-12 learners? That's exactly what this groundbreaking study set about to explore in their systematic review. The research team conducted a systematic review analyzing a staggering 1,374 studies before narrowing down to 44 that met their rigorous criteria. Their findings offer fascinating insights into the world of pedagogical agents and their impact on K-12 education. Let's break down some of the key discoveries. First, the study revealed that learners often have strong preferences for specific types of pedagogical agents. Just like we might check better with certain human teachers, students tend to favor virtual tutors with particular traits. But here is where it gets interesting. These preferences don't always translate to better learning outcomes. It is a reminder that what students like and what helps them learn are not always the same thing. In my opinion, the findings challenge us to think critically about how we design education technology. Are we focusing too much on making agents likable at the expense of making them effective? It is a delicate balance that designers and educators need to navigate. Another crucial discovery is that pedagogical agents are most effective when they employ teaching strategies that work well with human educators. In other words, good teaching is good teaching, whether it is coming from a flesh and blood teacher or a digital avatar. This is exciting news. It means we can leverage decades of educational research and best practices to create more effective digital learning environments. Imagine a virtual tutor that can implement complex teaching strategies like scaffolding and metacognitive prompts, adapting them in real time to each student's performances and learning needs. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of this systematic review is what it reveals about the gaps in our current knowledge. The researchers found a significant lack of research on how different student characteristics might influence the effectiveness of pedagogical agents. I believe this is where culture comes into play. As someone who is deeply interested in the intersection of culture and technology, this finding really resonates with me. We need to understand that we live in an incredibly diverse world and our classrooms reflect that diversity. So, shouldn't our digital learning tools do the same? Consider this: a pedagogical agent designed with Western educational norms in mind might not be as effective for students from non Western cultures. Or an agent that uses certain gestures or expressions might be encouraging to one group of students but off putting for others. These cultural considerations open up a whole new world of possibilities for research and designing of pedagogical agents. How can we create these PEDA agents that are culturally responsive? Can we develop agents that adapt not just to students' academic needs but also to their cultural background as well? This systematic review also sheds light on the importance of learning environments in which the pedagogical agents are immersed and implemented. While only a few studies directly manipulated the learning environment, the results suggest that the context in which these digital tutors operate can significantly impact their effectiveness. For instance, in the systematic review, they found out that one study found that a theory based educational mobile application with adaptive intelligent behavior had a positive impact on students' performance in certain games. Another study showed that repeated interventions by an intelligent pedagogical agent in a game design learning environment led to fewer errors and more correct behaviors in students. These findings highlight the importance of considering the broader educational ecosystem when designing and implementing pedagogical agents. It is not just about the agent itself, but how it interacts with the entire learning environment is the focus here. As I reflect on these findings, I can't help but think about the implications of our increasingly digital and globalized world. We are not just talking about improving education, we are talking about revolutionizing it. Imagine a future where every student, regardless of their background and learning style, has access to a personalized digital tutor that understands their unique needs and cultural contexts. But to get there, we need to address the gaps in our current knowledge. We need more research on how learner characteristics, which are things like prior knowledge, mental load, and cultural background, influence the effectiveness of pedagogical agents. We need to explore how different design features at various levels, from a global design of the agent to the minute detail of its appearance and behavior, are impacting learning outcomes. And that's where the exciting opportunities lie. For researchers, educators, and technologists, this systematic review by Zhang et al. Opens up a world of possibilities. How can we design experiments that tease apart the complex interactions between learner characteristics, agent designing, and the learning outcomes? How can we create pedagogical agents that are not just technologically advanced but culturally intelligent? But it is not just about the researchers and designers. We also need to take into consideration the entire stakeholders that are involved in this process. As educators, students, parents, or simply any individual interested in the future of learning, we all have a role to play in this. We can be more aware of how we interact with digital learning tools. We can provide feedback on what works and what doesn't. We can advocate for more inclusive and culturally responsive educational technologies. The future of education is being shaped right now, and studies like this one by Zhang et al. Are lighting the way. By understanding how to design more effective pedagogical agents, we are not just improving digital learning tools, but we are also reimagining what education can be in the 21st century. As we wrap up today's episode, I am reminded of why I love being in this field. Every day we are uncovering new insights that have the potential to transform how we learn and teach. The intersection of culture, technology, and education is where innovation happens, and it is an incredibly exciting place to be. I believe this work by Zhang et al. Also reinforces the importance of the work we are doing in the Advanced Learning Technologies Lab. As we continue to develop and refine our own pedagogical agents, we will be keeping these findings in mind. We are committed to creating learning companions that are not only effective but also culturally responsive and inclusive. That brings us to the end of today's short episode of the Culture Compute podcast. I want to thank the researchers Zhang et al. For their invaluable contribution to our understanding of pedagogical agent design. Their work, published in the Journal of Computers in Education, is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in digital learning. As always, the music for this podcast was composed by the talented Liborio Conti. If you are interested in reading the full study, you can find it in the show notes. If you have any thoughts or experiences you would like to share about pedagogical agents or digital learning or anything related to this podcast, I would love to hear from you. My email is in the show notes. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep computing culture. This is Sai Gattupalli signing off from UMass Amherst.